What's cracking, y'all? I'm starting up a new puzzle series, and the basis of the puzzle series is to try to climb towards 3,000 puzzle rating, but I'm trying as hard as I can not to care about my puzzle rating at the same time. If I go down, I feel like that helps me get those puzzles down in that lower rating to build upon and eventually improve. So I'm going to take a maximum of 5 minutes per puzzle to figure out my first move, and if I don't know the move, I'm going to take my best stab, and if I don't get it right, or don't understand the puzzle, I'm going to analyze it and figure out how it works. And I think that'll help me get as many puzzles in as I can while still really giving myself some time to analyze the puzzle and think about what might be happening. I feel like I'm hypothesizing that 5 minutes might be the sweet spot for this sort of thing. So I'm going to try and make it happen. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for following along. Let's get right into it. Let's push some puzzles. Let's get to climbing, dude. Let's keep it climbing. Last time went pretty well. Let's keep it rolling. Fork? What's wrong with that? You know? It looks like the obvious move. And sometimes the obvious move can be scary. I guess really the question is which knight. Why would it matter? But I'm forking the rook, right? Protected by my knight. The queen can't take. So what is wrong with that? Alright, the bishop is attacking this pawn. Do I really care? I don't really feel like I do. For checks, I obviously have these forking squares. I have this. I have this. Doesn't look very interesting. I think that's it. Queen's not really doing anything at all. Doesn't feel involved. The bishop definitely has an open diagonal, but those squares don't look very important. It really feels like the fork is the move. So which knight do I choose? This one feels harder to attack. Like this pawn push just looks kind of annoying. I don't know. Why does it matter? Okay, so if I go here with this one, maybe this is a problem. Because my knight's under attack. Because the king is going to have to move. If I go here, the king can't move here. He can move here, though. I don't have a mate there, do I? I don't think so. It does seem like the king is strained, though. So maybe there is some considerations to be made there. If I jump in here, king comes here. I could continue checking it. Interesting. Ah. So that forks an unprotected bishop, too. So there is a continuation here. It seems cool. So I was thinking maybe I don't come with this one because my knight gets attacked, but then after the king comes here, I can go here and fork the bishop. So if my knight's here, king here, here check, takes. Okay, I think I can get attacked though again. So interesting. So I'm thinking okay, so here, here, here. If the king comes here, and then I take, then the king. No, the king can't take my knight because it's protected by the pawn. So I take here, but then the bishop probably moves. This is interesting. It's a long line afterwards. Just deciding which knight to take with is hard. But I feel like if I take here, the king moves here, and then I don't really have a threat. I'm just taking the rook. I feel like this is definitely the more interesting of the two. Coming up on 5 minutes, I think I like this. Let me run through this one more time. Here, 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 I think. Check. And then the king probably comes here. And then I probably take the rook. And then the bishop can actually take. But I do win a pawn and a rook. My knight is still here. I feel like it is this. This looks like the more interesting knight. I'm going to do this one and then give this a think. So is it worth doing this is the question, I think. If I just take, I immediately lose a knight. If I check and then take, it seems like I still just I just lose the knight. It doesn't really seem like it makes a difference. So I'm not really sure what's going on at this point. Unless there's some other piece that can get involved. Takes. Oh yeah, if I take immediately, I'm losing both knights. That's got to be the point. So I check first. I check first, and then I'm not losing both knights. Okay. And now I take, for sure. Oh, I can take the bishop with check. I wasn't realizing that. Yeah, that's definitely it. Okay. But then I still lose the knight. But I might as well take with check, right? I can protect the knight and check. Wow, this is a wild line. Okay, so I take the bishop with check. The king can come at my knight, but then I can check it and protect the knight. I think this is still working. This is wild. Wow. Okay. Long line there just to like try to save your knights. I got there though. Happy about it. Happy about it. Very cool. Very cool. Let's keep it rolling. Check. Here. I feel like I just need to get this knight out of the way of this battery, I would think. And then I think my queen's probably going to be able to sneak in. So maybe it might actually be a sacrifice because I feel like I don't like this. I don't like the king like being able to go onto the same diagonal as the knight. So if I go here and the pawn takes, then I have access. It feels like this is mate. Right? I think I sack the knight. If I go here and the pawn takes, this is checkmate no matter where the king goes. I'm coming here. If I go here and the king moves, it can only move here. My queen is still getting in, and that's mate as well. Okay, so I sack the knight. That's kind of funky. Okay, and the only two moves for white are to take or to move the king, right? I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's all I see. Cool. Oh, almost went too far. So the bishop can block. It doesn't matter, though. Nice. Cool, we're rolling. We're rolling, dude. Let's keep it rolling. There's fire flames on the screen. Fire flames on the screen, 3 in a row, dude. Let's make it 12 in a row or something. Sort of feels like I have to do this, doesn't it? I guess it doesn't have to happen. If I take here, king takes. White's got 2 rooks. Do I have a mate here for some reason? White has way more material than I do. No, they don't actually, because I have 3 pieces. Okay. No, yeah. So 2 rooks for 2 pieces is not good. I'm down. I'm down significantly material. 4 points in material, and then a ton of pawns as well. Okay, so I must be able to make a mate happen here, I would think. So, and I might need my queen to do it. So let's think about this. Yeah, it's a possibility that if I move my king out, if I go here and then the knight moves, is this mate? No. King can go here. I can't block with anything, right? So I think my options are here or here. I think that's it. So yeah, if I go here, this check is almost interesting, but the king feels like it can sneak away. These pieces are protected. Still pretty limited in the squares it has to its disposal. I could go here, but the king could go here, or here actually. Yeah, I don't really like that. All right, so after I trade, king comes here. It feels like the king being down here could definitely be dangerous. Check. Is this mate? That's mate, isn't it? Ah, it's not. This square, right? It can come back right to the square it's on right now. There's got to be a mate after that, though, right? If the knight comes here, this knight is hanging. It feels like I have to trade the queens. I don't think this is working, so let me continue trying to calculate this line. Here, here. The king on this square, is this the only check I have? I think so. It's on a dark square. My bishop obviously can't get to it. That's this knight's only check, and this knight can't check it. Awkward. Okay. But it still does feel pretty trapped. My king isn't in any trouble from any of white's pieces, so there's a chance that I have multiple moves to make something happen here. So check, takes, here. And I think I'm calculating that the knight's or the king's only move is to move exactly back onto the square where it was. And so that would mean that these 2 pieces definitely still can't check it. And this knight can't check it either. And this knight is going to be hanging. That just seems bad to me. I'm going to reinvestigate this move, which is, I'm pretty sure, my only other move. Yeah, I've got queen takes or this move. So here, you got to assume the queen is just taking. If the queen takes, I take with check. Wait, had I forgotten about that move? The king goes here. Yeah, there's no way I'm making a mating net happen there. Alright, so here, and then the king just has a bunch of things they can do. They can just kind of scurry up here. I don't understand this one. Coming up on 5 minutes, I'm fully lost. It feels like this has to happen, right? Like I feel like this should be obvious if it's this. If here, I mean, I'm gonna take the queen, obviously, and then the king has a bunch of moves. Right? It could go here, it could go here, it could go here, it could go here. That's a bunch of moves. That's 4 moves. Okay, we're at 5 minutes. This has to happen. I'm doing this. Okay, so I guess I'll think about it now. But this is my only check. So unless there's like some slow move which could create a mating net, which seems like a possibility for sure. But the problem is that, is this working? Because that was the only square I was worried about. It works, doesn't it? I can just make this super slow move because this covers this square. And then the king is trapped. These are taken, and this is taken, and then I can make this knight move, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's hilarious. It works. All right. Crafting a mating net with 3 minor pieces. As told by Skeeter. There we go, dude. Excellent. Excellent. That's 4 in a row. There's fire flames on the screen. We like it. We like this. Let's keep it rolling. Yes, next one. All right, check. So I've got this. This is a fork. Feels moderately chill. It's also very close to mate. I must have a checkmate here, right? What the hell? What is the queen doing over here? All right, so if I go here, the king only has 1 move. It's here. Can I just kind of inch my way in? Yeah, this is mate, right? Here, here, here. Okay, so the king can keep going in. Forgot about that. The king had to come back out. Oh, but I'm forking the rook, too. That's going to be mate. Yeah, this is just mate in 2. Or, I mean, 3, I guess, because the bishop can block, but it's not doing anything. So if I go here, the king has to go in. I have all 3 of these squares covered. Nothing can block. And then once the king is here, it's trapped behind the wall of pawns and my bishop, and then I just take the rook, and it's game over. This seems too easy. So easy that I almost feel like I'm missing something. This is mate. I mean, the bishop can block again, but yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, dude. Too easy. They're giving me 1 extra point for that, which is hilarious. 5 in a row, dude. Fire flames. Fire flames on the screen. Fire flames in the chat. Okay? Let's keep it rolling. I better see those fire flames in the comments. All right. I mean, what is going on? Are they just giving me the easiest puzzles ever? Do they just want me to be 2,700? I appreciate it if that's the general sentiment, but I'm pretty sure I can just go here, king here, here, mate, actually. Wait, then why does it matter? Oh, the pawn push. Oh yeah, this tricky one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I go here, king here, and I was thinking I would attack the queen just for funsies, and then I was like, wait, why isn't that mate? And the reason why it isn't mate is because this pawn can push and block my bishop, and then I'm toast. Or I'm not toast. I would win the queen, but I do have a mate. If I go here, 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 I take away the pawn that was trying to block, and then the king has to go back to where it was. I can give this check again. And then I think I can drop back and steal the queen. Ah, okay. I don't know. Okay. This windmill thing is tricky, but it's definitely starting with this. Here, here, king back, here, check, king goes back here, and then what am I doing? Because the rook can block too, which is annoying. Oh, I can just go right back to here, right? No. Wait, how do I make the mate happen? I mean, okay, so here, 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 check again, get the king back to the corner, and then I'm thinking, I don't know. It's starting with this. I'm having a hard time processing this. And then I'm here, king comes back, and then I think I want to check it again. Send it back to the corner, and then what? Do I steal the queen? I really want to take this pawn. I'm almost positive it's that. But I feel like the rook can block, which is annoying. Because I definitely should win the queen if I can. So here, it's this. I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, I wasn't processing it, and I wasn't sure why. I could have sworn it's been that before. Do I just take the queen? No. Why am I so confused? Oh man, I thought I remembered this one. That sucks. Do I bring my other rook in? I thought the windmill was working. Huh. Do I go here? To block the pawn? No, because then the queen can take it. I don't know what is this? Oh man, I had this one recently. And I thought I remembered it. I just blew my streak, dude. Have I tried all these things? I mean, obviously I'm moving the rook, right? Like, what are we doing? What? Oh. Man, I thought the windmill worked. What? I forget the situation where I was doing that. It was obviously a little different. I wish I could differentiate. Okay, so I just have another rook that I can bring in. So this wasn't working, and it wasn't clicking in my brain, and for some reason I just thought I knew it. I thought it was just right, and I was just having a hard time understanding what was going on. I could have sworn... I mean, there was definitely one that I did recently that was really similar to that. So I get it, I think. But I just was convinced that it was a different solution. I don't think I need to analyze that one. Yeah, I mean, sacking the rook, bring the king over, and then I can just bring in the other rook with the king on this file now. And the bishop's got everything. All right. A little bit of a heartbreaker, but what can you do, dude? You're going to lose one every once in a while. It's a learning process. It's a learning process out here, okay? Nobody ever said it wasn't. All right, pawn is pinned. I feel like attacking the knight looks kind of tasty. Definitely going to give this one some thinking after the last disaster. But so if I attack this knight, it can't continue attacking protecting the pawn. I feel like if my queen gets to here, it must be mate, right? I haven't calculated it fully yet, but it's got to be, dude, right? Okay, so if the pawn were, okay, here. Wait, why am I? If the knight takes, I take the pawn. Is my thought process. Okay, so if this here, queen takes, king here, queen here. Is that not mate? King goes back here. I can't even bring the queen here. The knight's gonna be there. This is a bad idea. I don't like my idea at all. I'm canceling my idea. But I don't like this pawn here at all. So I would like to remove it. Okay, a little concerned. I also don't really like my knight here. I like the idea of sacrificing my knight just to get it out of the way of my rook. Maybe this forks the queen and the knight. Gotta think the knight takes that. And then maybe I can bring the pressure, and the knight's not here, which is nicer. That idea I like a little more, I think. So here, probably knight takes, queen check, but the king can just shuffle, can't it? Here, 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 here. Is there a sack and like a ladder mate or something? I do have two rooks on open files, which is interesting. I don't think I can give enough checks. I think the king always gets back. I like this idea, though. I just don't see... My queen by itself isn't enough firepower. And I don't... Is it going to be some slow move where I just, like, bring up my rook? Doesn't... I mean, white's got a lot of pieces that can try to do something here. I feel like it's this, though. Here... The queen might be able to do some stuff, too. I don't know if that works. The queen can do a whole lot of things right now. Like, if the queen just goes here after I try to attack the knight, that seems like it probably saves the day. Yeah, I think it does, actually. If I take the knight, The queen can't take back because I would take here. And then my plan would still be happening. So maybe that still works. I don't know. Coming up on 5 minutes. Not seeing one. Is it going to be 2 in a row? Down the tubes? This is really my big time thought. I don't have any checks, right? Like this is my only check, and it doesn't look good. I don't like the looks of that at all. I like opening the file. I like attacking the queen. I like attacking the knight that's protecting the pawn. It seems like a really good move. I don't see the entirety of the line. I don't even see, like, if the thing that I feel like I want to happen happens, I don't know what I'm doing. But it does seem like the best move on the board to me. At least the most tactical move. So let's give it a try, because we're at 5 minutes, and I've run out of thoughts, I think. I don't feel like I'm making a lot of progress with this one. It was the move, and the queen move that I was talking about happens, and I'm going to win the knight. Or no, I'm not going to win the knight, but I can trade the knight. If the queen takes, I have this. So that was the entire purpose of me doing this. Do I have some like weird fork now? I don't see the mate. I don't see the threat. It felt threatening for sure, but I don't see the entirety of the threat. So if I take here, queen takes, I think has to happen. And it feels good. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like something's happening. I'm just not really sure what it is. That must be the line, right? I take here, and it's just a free knight. Like, why else would the queen come back here? Why wouldn't the knight just has to take? So I'm taking this knight now. They're not even gonna. Okay, I'm gonna analyze this one because I don't fully understand. Am I just winning a pawn? I don't know. Maybe it leads to like a threatening position. I'm pretty happy I got it. I guess there wasn't a whole lot going on in that one, so it's not that impressive. But all right, let's go to the analysis thing. Excellent. Okay, so I'm thinking, what happens if the knight takes? Is this mate? Are they going to say mate in some amount? No, they're not. Okay, queen takes f3 is harmful though. So I guess I'm going to win some material somehow. It's not, but it's not mate. So I wasn't wrong about that. G1. This is just like a really dominating position, I think. And these types of puzzles are always confusing to me. Rook c2. Okay, so I'm threatening. Okay, so is some material going to have to be threatened? I also thought this might be the thing. What do you have to do? Do you have to sack the queen or something? Queen e6. Check. King h8. e2. Rook e2. Okay, so the material sacrificing starts now. Rook takes e2, and then the queen sack. All right, so queen sack. Yeah, okay. So you end up just losing the queen because that's unstoppable mate. So I was right. It was a slow rook move. I was actually right about all the things I was talking about. That went well. Things are going well. Your boy might be getting up on his tactics right now. Your boy might be improving at chess, which is excellent, dude. Excellent. We're back. Here's my face, guys. We're done with analysis mode. Cool. Let's keep it rolling. Here, cool guy moves. What kind of cool guy moves do we have here? That seems like a moderately cool guy move. I'm not going to lie to you. It does feel like the king can do a little sneaky in here. All right, so this is a check as well. My knight's going to have to get involved somehow. It's not just going to be a queen guy puzzle. If I go here, though, king's got a lot of moves. I don't really like that. It really feels like I want to check with the knight. But then the king can go here, and like, what am I doing? Not a whole lot, it wouldn't appear. I can't go to the back rank because the knight has it covered. That's the only place that I can get to the back rank. So if I jump here, it does feel like I'm starting to threaten the queen. Yeah, I think I like that. Check, and then like no matter where the king goes, I go, I thought it worked. I thought the king had to take that. And then I could fork the queen, but the king doesn't have to take it. The queen could take it. But I do like that concept. It seems like I'm threatening some things by jumping in here. Knight jump. The king tries to go here. I could go here. That's like almost mate. The king would have to go up here. That looks like a perfectly safe square, though. Yeah, my knight can't check from there. My queen can't either, I don't think. It's definitely some. It's definitely some like bait. I think I could probably just win this knight. That's definitely what I'm feeling. This puzzle is, and I can't figure out how to find it. I feel like I probably trade the queens, like some forced trade queens, and then fork the like I feel like I just take the knight and then fork the queen, but I can't find it. It feels like it really felt like this was it. This check and then like king here, queen. Hey, that does work. Yeah. Wait, if the king goes there, then the king is in the way of the queen. I don't know what I was talking. Wait a second. Here, I was thinking the king was on this square when I was talking about doing this. I was just completely misreading. If I go here, okay. If the king goes here, I can sack the queen. The king doesn't have to go there. If I go here, the king could go here. Do I have him? I'm getting pretty close to a mate there, for sure. Yeah, this is. I gotta have a mate there. There's got to be a mate. I feel like this is the puzzle. I feel like I'm going to go here, the king's going to go here, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to fork the queen. I have to figure out... I want to calculate the entire thing, though. So I might go over the 5-minute mark just to make sure that I have this. Because why can't the... So if the king goes here, I've got check here. Okay. Here, the king's only... move besides this is this. I just have to figure out this move. Here, here, here feels like the check. The king has to go here. What am I missing? I could go here with the queen. How is that helpful? King here. But then the queen is in the way of the knight's check. Come on, this is definitely it. This is like absolutely the puzzle, and I just can't see this. Here, here. What? There's got to be something here. Do I go here instead? King still goes here. And I don't understand how I harass it from that spot. I mean, this is the puzzle, dude. It just has to be. We're at 6 minutes. If this is wrong, it's wrong. I'm probably going to have to analyze either way. Okay. That's like definitely what the puzzle was. I can't see that mate line. Why was it not clicking in my brain? We're back to analysis, even though I got it right. I am happy I got it right. That was a theme that I hope sticks in my brain for seeing next time. All right, so my thought was, what if the king goes here now? E6 check. Cool, that's what I figured. F8. Queen E7 check. So there's not a mate here. Okay, now I just... No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. King G8. E6 check. Am I going to win this knight at some point? F8. H6 check. Dude. Now this is going to be so annoying. Like, is this necessary? What am I doing? I got to fork this knight at some point? Is that the point? G8. Now No, I still don't fork the knight. Yeah. No, I don't. What's going on? What is happening? E6 check. This is the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Okay, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I guess why am I just dancing around with my queen? This doesn't make any sense. All right, whatever. I saw the pattern that they were trying to have me do. I don't really know what's going on though. So that sucks. But I mean, I got it right. I guess is good. I can take that as a good thing, but I don't really feel like it was a learning thing. It's almost better when I get them wrong and can understand why I got them wrong than it is when I get them right and don't understand why I got them right. Okay, so queen feels like it's in a weird spot to me. That's my first instinct. I know I should be looking for checks. I don't think there are any. But the queen feels uncomfy to me. So how do I attack that mama? Kind of like the looks of this, other than the fact that there's a bishop here. It would also take away the only square that the queen has to get away, which is here. So that feels interesting to me. I'm not sure what exactly I do about that, but it feels interesting for sure. How am I winning material here? I can't push the pawn because my knight hangs. My queen is pinned to this knight. It doesn't really matter. It's pinned by the queen. Alright. This would also... I don't know. That doesn't seem good. This is enticing. Why? What can I do with that? Maybe this. Does this work for some reason? I'm thinking if I go there, I'm attacking the queen. If the queen trades, rook here. I'm attacking this bishop. If the bishop takes, pawn takes. I was thinking maybe there would be a hanging bishop at the end, but the bishop can just move. It's not a problem. Did this knight ever move? It did. So there's a hanging knight as well. Okay, so this is attacking several pieces at once. Moving that knight seems... okay, so if I take with this rook, if the queen takes, because my rook is looking at the knight. I think this might work. It's kind of wild. Knight here. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that the bishop takes back immediately. I take back with the pawn, and then I'm threatening this, and I'm threatening this, and I'm threatening this. Yeah, I think there's just too much going on there for black. So I take here, I'm threatening the queen with my knight. So black's options are presumably to trade queens or to take this. Either way, it's a trade. The problem is that if the queen takes, my knight's still threatening this bishop. I can take with the rook, and this knight is under fire as well. Yeah, there's like, okay, so this opens up an attack on the rook, or sorry, rook on knight. How do I break this down? There's a bunch of lines. So here is a discovered attack on the queen, kind of, or I'm attacking the queen with the knight. So the queen's probably going to trade in the puzzle, if I had to guess. I have to take back with this rook because it lines up on this file, and there's two bishops on this file. So if this bishop takes here, pawn takes, I'm attacking this bishop, and the knight is not going to be protected anymore because the queen's going to trade. So let's look at this. This is definitely what the line is. Wow, I'm surprised the bishop took first. But this is definitely going to be the move now, and I'm going to have to take with this. Because now, once I take here, I'm attacking two pieces, right? And the queens are still staring at each other, but I can kind of ignore that for now. Queens trade, and I'm still going to be attacking two pieces after all said and done. Bishop moves, but I can just take this. Awesome. Excellent. Stupendous. 26-42. Pretty solid score, dude. Not that we care about the score too much, but that's a good, I feel like that's a rock solid one. I feel like that's, as far as scores go, pretty rock solid one. Very cool. Very chill. Extremely cool, dude. This is a check that looks like a moderately cool guy move, if you ask me. I do have something like this afterwards too, as a continuation. My rooks seem to be holding down the back rank pretty well. I'm just thinking, and by that I mean like if the bishop were to block, I could take here. What else is the haps here? I almost feel like there's not that many of the haps happening here. Oh wait, but if the bishop blocked, I have this actually. I could take the bishop. So the bishop blocking isn't good. So if I take here. It almost feels like I want this pawn here. The bishop's looking at it, so that's probably not a good idea. This feels like it must be the move, though, you know? It's certainly not forcing, though. I am down material, too. Black has a bishop, I do not. So, just this doesn't seem great, especially because the king can do a lot of different things. Are all options. Yeah, this one is not immediately popping out at me. Is this more interesting for some reason? Feels like maybe. And I also think I was forgetting that my rook had these squares, but my rook does have those squares. So it feels like maybe approaching from the right side is more aggressive. Specifically because I can access this square. And if the king drops to the back rank, that feels very scary. Because my rook is teaming up. I like the looks of this. If the king goes here, that's my one question. Do I bring the rook in? Probably. Yeah, and that's mate. I think this is probably mate no matter what. Here, it must be. All right, here, so the king does have a couple moves. It could go here, here. I think if it goes to the back rank, the rook coming in is a problem. Maybe it's okay. I'm not fully seeing it, but this has got to be the move. Here, I don't know which one of these to calculate. If it goes here, what am I doing? Maybe is the first question. Rook here. Then the king has to go to the back rank. I'm mating it. on that square with the queen. Here, if it goes to the back rank, rook in, and then once it ends up on this square, which it has to eventually, I just move my rook in and do the exact thing that I was talking about. This is the move. It's got to be. Back rank, I think I'm going to have to do a double rook move. Yeah, so this is going to force this. I move the rook back to here, and then this is mate. So just a little rook shuffle here. Nice. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Rolling, dude. Are we going to be 2650 people? That was 4 in a row. There are fire flames on the screen, just so you know. Just an update on the fire flames. Okay, I'm going to make this my last puzzle. I was so excited, I didn't realize how much time was spent so far. And kind of a lot of it was. Done a lot of puzzles today. Been on fuego. And the screen has been letting me know it with a bunch of fire flames. All right, so what do we have here? I mean, this seems to be forking pieces. You know? Which seems like a moderately cool guy thing to do. I also have a passed pawn that I don't really want to lose. Like, I don't really like the idea of losing this. My rook and my bishop are just being kind of weird back here, but they seem pretty well protected. Still being moderately odd. I feel like pushing this pawn towards promotion, it just feels like it doesn't want to be on the square that it's on. So, but I mean, this does feel also kind of chill, you know? Feels moderately chill. Got to be one of these moves, you would think, right? I certainly could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times. Final puzzle of the day. I don't want to get it wrong, so let's think through the entirety of the thing. If I go here, I'm getting pretty darn close to promotion. And I mean, the queen kind of has to come back and try to like do something, right? Oh man, okay, so actually if I try to fork, the queen coming back actually saves both pieces, doesn't it? Because the rook is the only undefended piece right now, and they'll cover each other, and the bishop will be covered, and this is still happening. I feel like I just want to push this pawn towards promotion. This can't be right, can it? Or does the bishop have to take that, and then I just win the bishop? Is it better to have the pawn here than here for some reason? Maybe. I don't know why. I don't know why though. If that is the case, here. I mean, here. If the bishop doesn't take, like, what's going on? I think the queen still has to kind of come back and try to trade, and then like deal with this. I gotta be honest. I don't really know what's going on here. Is it like maybe there's a rook sacrifice involved? I don't really see the purpose of this puzzle. This passed pawn seems like a crux of it to me. I guess I could. No, I was thinking I could fork and then try to attack the knight, and then I would double pieces up here. The king is not really in trouble. There's no. If I had like a pawn here or something, it might be interesting. I don't know. This is feeling frightening for the last puzzle of the day. Not something I really was hoping to see. Pretty confused. Still got another minute 40 though to ponder. I don't see any real mate threats, so I don't really know. I feel like it has to be revolving around these pieces or some kind of pawn promotion idea that I'm not really sure what's going on. If I go here, it feels pretty darn good, doesn't it? Like I can get my rook involved, and then my bishop can come try to protect this. I think if it comes down to the 5 minutes and I haven't had any other good ideas, I'm pushing this pawn. This feels also interesting, but it's not protected by the pawn chain. This just feels like a stronger move to me. Especially because, like, no matter what, I can do this and, like, force the queens off and then, like, go here, get my rook behind. Pawn is on a light square. The knight can't even really get over there. Then I can, like, slowly bring my bishop in, maybe. I like the looks of this. It's coming down to it. I think I'm gonna have to give that a try. This might have to be an analyze one though. Let's give this a try. I don't see it. I'm not seeing the line. Wrong. Let's analyze. Did it tell me how many points I lost? I lost 10. Okay, 10's not too bad. What did I start the day at? I think I started at like 26-12. So we got 25 points today. Not that we care about the score, but I mean. Solid day. Solid day points-wise, not that we care about the points. Okay, so white had a huge advantage and then loses their advantage. What's my idea? So taking is better. Now I trade the queens, right? No. I sacked the queen. What was the difference? I don't understand the difference. How is this not good? To draw. Queen A1. And after I trade, I'm not seeing the difference yet. I gotta figure this out. Okay, so when I did this, Queen A1 happened anyway, but then I was able to push. The problem is that my queen is just in the way, I guess. Okay. So I want to be able to sacrifice my queen when the queen comes back. All right. I mean, I was thinking about the queen having to come back here, and I thought that was a forced trade, and I never really considered that I could push my pawn past my queen, attacking the rook. So here, rook c1, and then I can just... What even happens then? So rook c1 takes a1. Rook takes a1. Rook b7. That's crazy. So I had to see this whole line. I had to see that my rook can sneak over. So if the rook goes here, I pin the bishop. That's disgusting. Okay, so here, defense, pin. Tough. That's tough to see. But good puzzle. It's something I think I can handle. But not an easy one. Not an easy one to end it, but that's how we like it, dude. We're learning out here, you know what I'm saying? But that'll do it for today. Solid little climb. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.